Okay, we'll start in another minute. Ready? Welcome to Basic Yoga and Beyond. And we're going to start on our backs, but first I want to explain that yoga comes from the Sanskrit word meaning yoke, the verb to yoke, a connection, a yoke. In animals would be having a yoke to move them along one to the next. And in yoga, the union is between the breath and the body, or the body and the mind. And it's also a union between the self and something beyond ourselves, whatever you personally want to feel that it is, that there is something other than you in this universe. And that's the connection. And that's why some people find yoga helps them connect to something spiritual with themselves. It's not a religion, it's a feeling of cleansing the mind. So we use the breath just the way you might shampoo your hair to clean that out. You shampoo your mind with the breath in yoga. Let's start. I also want to say that if you can get 2 blocks, there's much that you can do with them even when you're not in class. And one of the things you can do to open up the body, open up the back, is to take your block, and you can also use a firm pillow. It just has to be a nice size for you. And you put it right here in the middle of your back. And then when you lie back on it, it lifts you up in a nice, easy way so that you're not using any stress or strain, but you're opening up the body. And having 2 blocks, of course, one for each side, but even in this pose, if it seems like you're too far back, you can put the other block right up there by your head. And the head is on it, and you still have that same lift. A bit of a back bend here with support, a supported back bend. The other thing to say before we get started is if it freezes, we will quickly go off and there'll be a new site made for us to just click onto it. So we're going to start on our backs, and what we're going to use is 3-part breath. So 3-part breath means you first take a big sip of air and you fill your belly. This is the belly, not down here. So you're filling this. Then you take another sip a little higher up to the diaphragm, and that's that muscle right under here. So if you have heartburn or GERD or some kind of regurgitation, sometimes that muscle is opening or loosening. This is a strengthening. So you breathe in up to that muscle there, and then take your 3rd sip of air on top of all that to the top of your lungs, and then you let it out. So it's a 3-part breath. Here to here to here. So lying on your back, and if it hurts to lie on your back, you can always keep the knees up. That helps. That's more supportive for you. Otherwise, you can straighten them down. Get yourself just in a comfortable position, and then start to close the eyes so that you're letting go of everything around you, any distractions. The eyes are now closed, the face is soft, no expression. Separate the teeth a little bit, and then start to breathe in. Breathing in, filling the belly, bottom of the lungs there. Take another sip up to the diaphragm. Take your 3rd sip all the way up to the top of the lungs. Hold it here. And then through the nose, if possible, let it all go. The reason we say we breathe in and out through the nose is that's the respiratory system's start, not the mouth. And again, breathing in, lower part, take another sip, and another sip. Hold it, let it all bathe in there, bathe those inner organs, and then release it down. Let's do 2 more. Inhaling, inhale again, and inhale all the way up to the top of the lungs. And then let it go. And again, breathing it in, and in, all the way up, and let it go. Point your toes and take your arms up over your head, making your body as long as possible, like you're just waking up. Stretch your body, lengthen it, and breathe in and out here. Bend the knees and bring your hands down. Going to take the arms on either side of the rib cage and stretch out your fingers and keep your knees separated so they come right out of the hips. There's space between the knees, space between the hands. Plug them into the ribs. Maybe you're feeling that energy between the hands, the energy right from the solar plexus, which is the sense of self in yoga, the center of the body. Here, your hands are around, cupping that energy. And then inhale, lift your hips up, pressing back towards your shoulder girdle. And then let it come down. Twice more. First, press the energy, press against your sides. Lift up toward that energy, inhaling up, keeping your elbows still on the mat. And exhale back down. Last one. Squeeze the glutes. Strengthen the tops of the thighs and then lift up. And exhale down. We'll flatten the back by bringing the knees in towards the chest. And maybe rock a little bit back and forth. Lower back massage as you rock, and maybe move them around in a circle one way and then the other. Take your legs straight up in an L and flatten them as if you're standing on your ceiling. Take your arms out to a T. The legs can be together or a little bit separated. And take a breath here. So you're giving your blood a chance to come away from the feet that you're standing on, up towards your heart, towards your head. At home, you can keep your feet up maybe 5 minutes a day against a wall, and it will be good for your circulation and good for your legs. We'll take one more breath here. Inhaling. And as you exhale, bend the legs down. Pick up the right leg and put your right ankle over your left knee. We call this a figure four, and it's also a sciatic stretch. So some people, this is as far as they like to go. Others like to reach into the back of this left thigh and pull it all into the chest, keeping the feet flexed. Keep your breath steady and your mind clear. And then put the foot down and put the other foot down. Stretch out your fingers and let both knees go to the right as you look to the left. Let's bring them up again. Lift up the left and bend it over the right. Knee out to the side. Stay here or reach through and pull it in. This also opens the hips a bit, and the hips are the foundation of the standing body. And then put your foot down, put the other one down, arms out to a T, and let the knees fall to the left. When they come over to the left, you're keeping your shoulders down here. And then bring the knees up, lift them up. Let's take the feet inside or outside, whichever feels better for you. Open up the legs to happy baby. When a several-month-old baby takes a hold of its feet or its ankles and rocks back and forth. And then when you're ready, we're going to roll up to seated or help yourself up to seated. Let's keep the head down, bowing the chin to the chest. Lift the head up and take it back, opening up the mouth. Press the shoulders down. If you've got any tightness, you'll be feeling it here as you try and release the neck with the head going back. So if you need to, just massage down from the neck onto the shoulders. And bring your head up to neutral and take your right ear over towards the right shoulder. Taking it up and the left ear the other way. And come up, stretch out your right arm and then press back the wrist. and then press it down. Press back the left and press it down. Hands to the knees, round the back. Maybe your chin goes down to your chest. And then inhale, pressing up, you're going to sway your back. Press up and let the head drop. Remember, keeping your shoulders down. And again, exhale, breathing out. Inhale. And then come to seated. Let's bring the arms up, inhaling up, moving the space around us. As soon as your arms get above your shoulders, you start to move that lymph through your body. So take them up, make a connection here, and then press firmly and pull them down right about heart center. And it's here, sometimes in yoga, that you want to set an intention for your class, for your practice. So we can set an intention here, a feeling that you want to have. Let's make it forgiveness. Whatever you need to forgive, we're making it here. Our intention for this class is one of forgiveness of someone else, of yourself, of the world, of illness. You forgive. Let the hands come down again and inhale them up. Now, keeping your hips where they are, take the upper part of the body to twist. Left hand down, look over your right shoulder. And then maybe turn the head to look over the left. And then come front. Inhale the arms up. Lengthen. Twist to the left. And then maybe only the neck, only the head turns to the right. And then coming back. Once more. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Coming from. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And then come from. Reach out with your right hand. We're going to bring the left arm up and over. So depending where you are today, you might want to use the block or a book and reach far over and maybe even touch your other hand. Or another option is have your hand there, let the arm sit on the head, and just slightly move over to the right. You're still opening up those ribs. So in yoga, we say begin where you are, and that's a phrase you've heard, but for yoga, it's literal. Begin where you are. Come on back and try the other side. Inhaling up, wherever you are, to your block, to the floor, exhaling over. Here. And then come up. Take your hands around your back. Press the shoulders back and pull the arms back like somebody's holding your hand. Widening your shoulders, opening up the heart. And then we'll let it come down. Let's stretch out the legs and give them a shake. We'll do a forward fold here. The fold comes right from the hip flexors. So you're sitting up. You can flex your feet. That way we start to stretch out the hamstrings. No matter how tight you are, over time the hamstrings will stretch open. Bring your arms up. Inhale up. Reach up and then reach out. You're not going down. As you reach out, you will pull over. Pull, come straight, keeping the back flat. If you feel this is where you are before you start to bend, this is where you are, and that's great. You can also have your blocks and your hands at the edge of the block to inhale up and exhale, maybe pull against those blocks, bringing yourself as far as you can go. Inhale up, exhale down. The blocks are a good measure to see as you go deeper over time. I promise you, regular practice of this, you will go deeper. And then let's lengthen our spine. You don't want to bend here, and come out of it, inhaling up. Pull the knee in and up, lubricating the knee joint. In and up, and in and up, and set it down. Pulling it in and up, in, up, in, up, and set it down. Point the toes and flex. Point and flex. Let's take them out to the side and around and up, forward and around and up. Knees out to the side, elbows just pressing a little bit, opening up. Rock a little bit here, side to side. Turn to the right. Let both knees come down. You're in a Z. And just give it a moment as you breathe to let the body adjust to this position. Bringing your knees up and over to the other side. And bringing them up, let's come up onto all fours. What you want here are your finger pads playing as big a role as your wrists, as the base of your palms. So you're pressing down, and they're right under your shoulders. The knees are right under the hips. And we'll do what's called cat-cow first. Cat-cow, we inhale and let the belly drop. And then when we exhale, we push against the mat and round the back. Go as low or as high as you want. And as your back will tell you how much it wants or how much it doesn't want. Inhaling up, exhaling down. You have the support of 4 limbs, so it's safe for the spine. Inhale up, exhale down. Once more, just loosening up the back. Inhaling and exhaling, and then coming to neutral. Stretch out your right leg and press through all those toes. Remember, if you have a little pinky toe, rock a little bit to get it to touch. Everything should touch. And then lift the leg up and pull the knee in, and then press it out. In and out, in, out. Last one. In and out. Hold it up. Left hand comes up. And then bring it down and bring the knee down. Take your hips to the right and to the left. Same thing with the left. Stretching the foot out. and then lifting it up, bringing it in and out, in and out, in, out. Last one, in and out. Can't remember if we took a balance. Did we balance? Right hand reaches out and take it down. When you're tired or wanting a time out in yoga, you can come into child's pose. One of the ways we go into child's pose is we separate the knees, toes are together, coming off of the wrists, you press your hips back towards your heels, and you can have your arms straight out or around to the heel. Head can be down or up, and this is child's pose. We're not going to stay in it too long, but it's available to you anytime you need to rest in a yoga class. So we're still here on all fours. We'll stretch out the feet by taking the right foot forward, hands on either side, going to bring that left knee up. So you're rolling back onto your foot, lifting it up, breathing in and out. If you're not used to this, the foot will be really saying ow, but it's nice to stretch it out and then bring it back down and bring the heel down. Second side, same thing. Step forward with your right foot, back of the foot to the ground, pressing your hands, lifting the knee and stretching out the foot. And then bring it back down. Coming up to downward facing dog. Spread your fingers, press back, press back. Curl the toes under. You're going to start to lift those knees. Keep pushing back, push back, because your hips are going to go over your heels and your head is going into your biceps. Now, you may not be able to straighten your legs. That's fine. The arms are straight, the back is straight, the head is down. If you straighten your legs, your heels might be up. Also fine, not important. What is important is that the feet are at least hip distance apart. They can be further if that suits your body further, because you want to make the pose fit your body, not your body fit the pose. And then keep pressing back, press back. Let's come up onto the balls of the feet and then press back. Rising up and coming down. The whole time we're holding in the belly, because you can actually build some muscle by holding it against gravity. So pressing up and down and up and down. Head is dropped. Let's shake it. No, I don't want to stop this. Yes, I'm enjoying yoga. And then look to your hands and walk up. Here again, not important if the knees are bent or straight. Just want you to hang over so the head is below the heart, and this is an inversion. Don't always have to go into a headstand to get the same effect. We're going to come to a flat back, so press yourself out, flat spine, arms out, and then inhale yourself up to standing. Standing still like this in yoga, not just a time to adjust your clothing, but a time to align the spine in the standing position. Feet can be touching or a little bit apart. Hands are open. Mountain pose. Make sure you have all four corners of your feet touching the mat. The hands are spread out. And let's start bringing the arms up. Bring them up to what we call Temple Mudra. So Temple Mudra, I have my two index fingers together and I'm pointing upwards, not with my shoulders. I always have to remember to press them down. And where I'm pointing is the energy from the soles of my feet up to my fingers. And then with an inhale, I'm going to bend over to the right. Try to keep your arms as straight as you can. And then take yourself back up. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhale up. Let's do a little bit of a back bend. Pull up and just the upper back. So you're lifting your chest upwards towards the sky. Fingers are pointing back. And then come up. And we'll do a swan dive just first. Open up. Come halfway. And then come up. Inhale back up and down. Coming to do a sun salute. We'll first go onto our knees. Inhale your arms up. You can look up at them if you'd like. You can do a back bend. Pull them down. Start bending the knees. Pull down through your center. And put those hands right down. Step back onto all fours. Roll a little bit forward. Now here's where your elbows are going to go back. So you want the two elbow eyes probably facing front for the rotation of the shoulder. The inside of the elbow or the elbow eyes. So I'm coming forward. Elbows are going back. And I'm pressing down to the ground and doing a scoop up. I'm in high cobra here, straight arms. Thighs are on the ground. Press back towards your heels. Curl the toes under. Lift the knees. Press back. You're in downward facing dog. Let's take 3 breaths here. At the end of your 3rd breath, look forward and walk your feet up to your hands. Going to come up to a flat back. Take your arms out to protect the spine and inhale out. Exhale down. 2nd sun salute. This time we'll swan dive up. Inhale up. Exhale over. Remember, you can bend your knees to get them down. This time I'm having you step back to plank, high plank. So you're stepping back. Left steps back, right steps back. Don't have to stay here long unless you want to. Bring those knees down. Uncurl the toes. Press halfway down. And then bring yourself up to high cobra. Curl the toes under. Lift up. Press back, downward facing dog. And take 2 breaths here. Downward facing dog stimulates the nervous system and stretches out the spine, the legs, the arms, and the neck. Look towards your hands. Let's take a big step forward. Forward fold. Flat back. Inhale up. Exhale down. Sun salute again. Inhaling. And exhale. Inhale up to the flat back. This sets the back for when you come back down. You bend down. Step back to high plank. Let's hold this for a breath if you want. Inhale. Exhale. Without bringing the knees down, unless you want, bend the elbows. And then pull up. So this time I didn't take the top of my legs to the mat. You can. This is upward facing dog when the thighs are off the mat. And you start lifting those hips up. Press away. You're back to downward facing dog. Look forward. Take the right foot forward. the left foot forward, head down, flat back, arms out, inhale up, and down. Let's take one more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale, step back to your plank. Come a little bit forward to press down those elbows halfway. Pull up. Remember, you can always put your thighs down. In fact, let's put the thighs down and uncurl the toes. Let me come sideways so you can see. So we put our thighs down, high cobra, and the feet are not curled under. And we'll see what we've done with stretching out the foot by pressing up. Now you're in upward facing dog. Can you press up more? Immediately turn those feet over. It's going to hurt. And take some breaths. Look towards your hands. Left foot steps forward. Right foot steps forward. Head is down. Head is up. Inhale up. And down. Come into chair pose. So chair pose is a squat. You can be feet together or apart. Inhale your arms back. You're going to start sticking out the butt here, but keeping the back straight. As if I'm going to sit on a chair. Bend as low as you can. You'll feel your thighs awakening. Let's pull the hands in. And then rock a little bit, heel to toe. Stay down a little further, one more breath. And then rise up. We'll go side to side. Time for a balancing pose. And we'll do tree, the iconic yoga pose where you're glued to the earth, rising up, part of a greater whole, a tree in a forest. The way I like to do it is inhaling the arms up and then exhaling into the relaxed pose. So you're relaxed, holding your balance. Sometimes it's taught by having a little kickstand here. Inhale, exhale, get off of that kickstand. Right now, since you're doing it with me, let's do it my way. So, find the balance in your left foot. Start lifting that lymph around you. Strong fingers, never have them limp. Inhale up. Then pull it all in. Exhale into that core we talked about, pulling that leg up. Press those hands firmly together. If you find yourself right on the knee, don't press it. You're just sitting there, just a branch sitting there. Find a focus point called a drishti. This is something we take on and off the mat, our focus. Right now, you're all focused on something ahead of you, probably on the floor. It could be straight ahead, depending on how you like to balance. And the mind is clear. This is our focus. We want to take off the mat, focus on something, and follow it clearly. When you're ready, release that foot and go side to side. If you found you come up and the foot keeps going down, up and down. As you're learning to balance, what you're doing is you're connecting the mind and the body, and your body is telling you, you got two legs, put it down. And you're saying, no, I want to keep it up. So you're making that connection between your body and your mind. We use the steady breath to keep it all calm and just bring the foot up again. So let's try with the other leg. Press that right foot down. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, pull the left leg. Press firmly. Focus and breathe. And then take it up. Stand on the wide side of your mat, if you can, to get into this warrior two pose. So your feet are wider than your hips. Your wrists should come right to your ankles when you stretch out. That's the distance. So my wrists are over my ankles. My hands are straight. Turn the right leg, the right foot to the side along with its knee. And then watch the knee as you bend. So it doesn't come in, it comes over the second and third toes. That's important so you don't have any knee pain. Over time, you can make it deeper if you like, but for now, this is absolutely perfect. And this is warrior two. Right hand's there, and that's where you're looking. Let's bring the left hand down, flip the right hand, and reverse the warrior, coming over. And then come to extended side angle. My forearm is going to rest lightly on the thigh, and the left arm can come right over the ear. Come back up to warrior two. And again, left hand down, flip the right palm, and come over. Back through warrior two, and come into side angle. The arm can be up and then over the head. You can look up over or straight ahead or down at your foot. Open up the arms back to warrior two. Straighten the leg. Let's take both feet forward again. Hands on the hip. Hinge forward. Start to be a little pigeon-toed as you bend forward. Reach for your block or the ground. Reach. It's going to be forward. We're doing a wide-legged downward facing dog. So I'm reaching out as far as I can, then pushing back to get the heels down or closer to the mat. A nice full body stretch here. Also good for the feet. Pull the belly in. Walk your hands back. How are we going to get up? We're going to put our hands on our hips, flat back, and hinge up. Don't be sway back. Remember, press the pelvis forward and open up the arms. Left arm, left foot goes out. Check where you are, look over your left hand, and then check down at the knee as you bend the knee between the second and third toes. Right hand comes down, flip this palm, and come over. And then forearm to the thigh. Coming back up to warrior two. Once again, flip over. Through warrior two, and then come into side angle. Come back up. Straighten the leg, both toes forward. This time, take your hands behind your back, intertwine them. The extra step would be pressing the palm bases together. If that's available with your shoulders, press, pull back, and then come forward, bend forward, lift the arms. At first, they may not go too far. Maybe once the shoulder opens, so you can start moving up towards the head. Pull the belly in. And let them slide down the back, down to the ground. Press yourself up with a flat back Hands to the hips and hinge up. And let's toe heel in together. We'll step forward into a warrior one. Oh, what time? I have to watch the clock. So that both feet are together. We'll step back. Step back with the right. Heel to heel. Hips are front. If that doesn't fit you, widen your stance. The pose fits your body, not the body fitting the pose. And this is warrior one. If you want to open, you turn to the right. And there we are in warrior two. Left palm is down or left palm is up and you're looking at it. Come back, warrior one. Bring your foot up. Right foot is firm, left foot steps back. Heel to heel, and the arms are up. Watch the knee. Want to open to warrior two, turn to the left, keep the feet where they are, the knees where they are, and just the upper body is turned. Looking to your right hand. Left hand can be palm down or palm up. We were reversing the warrior, the palm would be up, but it's down. Bring the arms back up. Warrior one. Coming down to the ground, let's come down to seated, to lying back. Final pose before Shavasana. You're on your back. You're going to take that right foot and step it on the left thigh. Left hand to the outside of the knee, roll onto your left hip, and bring it over to the side. It may not go all the way down to the ground, and that isn't important. If there's any pressure, don't take it too far. And once again, if you want to, and you have the blocks, you could be relaxing with it on any height that you want on the block, easing into the twist, teaching your muscles new directions to go, and that they don't need to be tightening up and be fearful because you're okay. Breathing in and breathing out. Come back onto your back. Take a moment and check the alignment that you're straight down, not crooked. Left foot steps on the right thigh, right hand to the outside. Start rolling onto that right hip to bring your knee down onto the block or wherever it feels comfortable. Keep both shoulders on the mat. It's a twist, so we don't want to lose the effect of that. So you're twisting the lower half of your body and keeping your shoulders right where they were. If it's all right for you, you're also looking to the left. And then coming out of that, we're ready just to lie back. Let the body assimilate all that it's done. You're on your back, knees up, knees down, pillow under your back, pillow under your knees, whatever you need. And you're breathing in and breathing out. Let's take an inhale and imagine it from the soles of the feet all the way up to the crown of the head. And then imagine that breath leaving the top of the head and going all the way through your body, out through the soles of your feet. And once more. Inhale from the edges of your toes all the way up through the center of your body, through your neck, through the center of your face, the center of your brow, right to the crown of the head. Inhale. And then observe that breath going from the top of your head down through your heart center, down through the center of your body, down through your knees, all the way to those pointed toes. With the next inhale, start to bring your knees up. Roll to the left side for evening, the right side for the day, into a fetal position so you can always start over and fresh after each yoga class, a tiny bit of a new person. And then when you're ready, press yourself back to a seating position, not too fast. Don't want to get dizzy right at the end. Coming back out to seated. Any seated position. Bringing your hands together. This balances and combines the right and left sides of the brain. And be very grateful to yourself. Turn your hands in. Thanking yourself for doing this, taking this time. Then bring your hands out front. Remember the intention that we set. If you set the same one, it was forgiveness. And then from the divine in me to the divine in you, thank you for practicing along with me and sharing. Namaste. So I hope to see you in the earlier part of Monday next time. This was filmed at an unusual time, but I appreciate that you're there very, very much. Okay, bye.